Welcome to the first episode of This Was Made as a unique own individual YouTube channel. I used to run this series over on my Pro to Mario channel, but due to the fact that I got conflicting subscribers, people always asking for it, I decided to take it off my Pro to Mario channel and put it onto a individual channel for it itself. So, This Was Made. If you don't know what This Was Made is, I show off collective items that were, yes, in fact, made. But the thing about it is, it's insane how they were made. That they were made for a specific purpose, and it's ridiculous. It's usually these items from the Dollar Tree that could easily be replaced by another item of better quality, a little bit more money. And a lot of people say, well, what do you expect from Dollar Tree? Well, I expect an item that I'm actually going to use, that isn't going to destroy my electronics, that does exactly what it says, and a lot of those items don't do that. In this case in point, this is apparently a fast charging and data transfer USB, micro USB bracelet. So, right, do you really think this is fast charging? So that's the whole point of the series. We're going to take the piss out of this, and as you can see, we've got plenty more contestants lined up for the future. So, with that said, let's get on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, This Was Made, a micro USB wristband bracelet. Remember, it works with Android, so that's Samsung, Sony, LG, Motorola, HTC. I really appreciate that they outline some of the more popular brands, because I wouldn't know what Android was on and wasn't, because I'm a complete idiot. So we have great to transfer photos, music, and contacts, etc. And it gives the dimensions. Yeah, alright, that's fair. Here's the packaging, and I promise you I did none of this to it. So, there you go. Again, it's $1, so what do you expect? But still, you know what I'm saying. Look, this was even broken on it. It's just like, seriously, wow. The picture shows a guy wearing it and riding. I don't think anyone would wear this bracelet around. This would be for someone who consistently forgot their USB charging cords. But I mean, like, why wouldn't you just keep like 2 or 3 of them on your backpack if you're big on traveling around? Why not keep one in the car and just keep a couple on you at all times, you know? I don't really understand this. There are even small cords that can fit in your wallet, so it's pretty plain Jane, imported by our favorite organization, Greenbrier International. So, yeah. One go. Ayo! The texture doesn't feel that bad, but it does feel like SATA cables. If you've ever felt those, you know exactly that feeling. It's a plastic cable covered up. That's hard to separate. In here, this comes down, and this becomes a micro USB charging cable. Okay, cool. You know, seems like a decent product, somewhat. The thing about it is, the number one thing that needs to be considered here is that this is supposed to be a wristband. Like, this is somehow supposed to be fashionable, because you can buy these cables by themselves. That's not the issue. It's that it's supposed to be super cool, fashionable, you know? And good luck trying to get this to go together. Almost got her. God, it's beyond difficult to do this. Would I call this? Would I wear this around? No. It looks like you have a Fitbit, but instead of having a Fitbit, you look like you have a knockoff Fitbit. So if you wore this to school in grade school and people saw it, they would probably think you're too poor to afford a Fitbit and make fun of you. After multiple times of trying to fit this into my phone, it would not fit it would seem that this is just slightly too big, so if it does fit, it sure does feel like I'm destroying it when I'm pushing it into the device. And also this happens, so that's nice. This isn't even secured on there, so it's just like this now. I mean, you can obviously put it back on, but that's the thing. These devices, they aren't that expensive to begin with, and once you slide it off, it's pretty easy to slide on and off. This is supposed to be kind of a casing to protect it, and I'm gonna real-time demonstrate that it is extremely difficult to put this one into any device, especially with that metal right there. See, it doesn't even feel like it's not in there. It's not. See, I have literally removed the metal because now the metal is sliding. And then, I had to jam it in there really hard. I'm not going to do that to my Galaxy S7 here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys, but I'm not going to destroy my own phone for the sake of reviewing a $1 object. I will, however, if this destroys this iHome speaker, well, you know, I'm out $5, so, oh well. Let's see if it charges on the old laptop. Shockingly enough, it actually does work. I wasn't surprised about that, though. I was just surprised that I couldn't actually fit it into this device. Again, also to add to the ridiculousness of this device, this plastic piece gets in the way when you're trying to plug this in. Okay, so what's the final conclusion of this device? It's not that good. You would be way better off investing in an actual cable than this thing. Not only because it's extremely hard to get this into objects, but it's also extremely hard to pull them out. So you're more than likely going to damage your port. Now this might be a one-off. Again, I understand that. And I understand it only cost $1, but I have bought cables before that are fast charging compliant and do not damage my devices for $1. Remember, this is just a cable. There's nothing special inside it except for how the cable works. There's no extra added parts. It's just cable, USB-N, micro USB-N, and that's it. It's not exactly rocket science to get this right, but apparently when you have things like this popping off and basically being useless, and then this plastic becoming like extremely useless when you're trying to plug in both devices, it becomes a problem. It hampers what you need to do, and this just ends up being a cable once you remove this and you stop plugging them into each other. So it's a pretty useless device, basically, for what it was being developed for. It's just another way to sell a cable, and if you've already bought multiple cables, you really don't need this one. There are way better alternatives. You could get a longer cable and just tie it to your arm, and it would basically be the same thing. So yeah, this right here, this was made.